Good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to Pepper's Echo. My name is Andre, and it's great to see all you wonderful, absolutely stunning peeps out there. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's really, really great. Let's see who we're saying hello to. Cameron, how's it going, buddy? And then we have, phone would go there. Cameron and White Zulu, Fiona, how's it going? Debbie, how are you keeping, Debbie? Buzzy, favorite lady in waiting, there we go. And Alpha Want, my friend, welcome, very welcome to you there too. White Zulu, Buzzy, Orbot, our favorite 7-star Michelin chef there. And Hendo, good afternoon. Hello, how are we keeping today? Oh crumbs, let me just do a quick transfer for Mrs. who needs to quickly pay. Sorry. There we go. It's done. She needs to pay for me, my addiction. Yeah, so what we're talking about today, Wacha Wachin, good afternoon, hope you're well. Debbie, all the wonderful people, how's it everybody? It's a beautiful day. And Cameron's still suffering from a hangover from his birthday. Cameron, happy birthday. Yeah. And Linda, happy birthday to you too for during the week. Buzzy's Moments, out for once, getting a big hello from everybody as well. Yeah, I checked. You made some awesome chow for your birthday there, Cameron. You can come and cater for me someday as well. Looked absolutely out of this world. I'm trying to catch up with something to go through. Hope you enjoyed your birthday. Yeah. Orbot says he's been resting in bed for 2 days. Could walk more than 50 steps. I hope you're okay, Orbot. It doesn't sound like you're good, man. I'm sorry to hear that you're not well, if that's it. Hello, Alison. Always good to see you and hear you. And everybody else is also excessively happy. And DVD, he's here too. Nice you cared. I haven't seen you all weekend. How's it going, buddy? Let me get to these banners because I forget these banners and I see you guys put it. So please like and subscribe. We had an awesome viewership on the last week's one. Was we were talking about kindness, and we ended up hitting on 51 views. Now I know for the big channels that's absolutely nothing, but for us that was a big one. That was a big one. So if you've got anything that you'd like to drop a mail about, that you'd like to shout out about, that you want to maybe come on the scene, Pepper's Echo, PPRSecho@gmail.com. And yes, you are watching the live echo as such. And please like and subscribe. And we've got a whole lot of new guys. Dylan, how? Welcome, Dylan Combrink. Good to have you with us as well. DVD, this is not your channel. You may not fluke on here, okay? Anyways, but it's really good to see everyone. So what you've been watching, let's take a look and see. So don't forget Chris Wyatt, retired Chris, Colonel Chris Wyatt has a super stunning channel, and all his videos on there are really stunning. His views and his insight and views across South Africa is great, and he streams all the way from, I think it's Pennsylvania. Linda Van Rooyen, happy birthday and welcome, Linda. Did you catch your birthday wishes last week? Then there's also Rugby Ascendant by Chris Wyatt, who does the commentating for the rugby. So if you actually ever want to watch a rugby match and get some decent commentating on, tune into Chris's station, and then you will be able to get the commentating, not the rugby, but the commentating. Also great views and news. And then of course there is our right-hand man right across the way from the bay, our very own Ronaldo Gous, who lost his beard yesterday, and I think he looks much better without his beard. I don't know about you guys, but I think Ronaldo looks awesome without that scraggly puff hanging under there. So yeah, really good. And then there's our very own Pani from Banani, our Ruthless Roof, and she's on as well. And then our absolutely wonderful lady in waiting. I think there's a new one out already as well. The latest one, yes, came out 19 hours ago. Chapter 44, 15 years, 15 years old, and my first dance. Very, very nice. I just love the nostalgia there, guys. You've got to listen to this. It is the most, it beats any audiobook with that nostalgia going through there. I love it. It's our very own Fiona White Zulu. Wonderful. And if you're wanting to find out a little bit more, hop over to whitezulubook.com, the story of a misplaced South African. And let's see which picture we go to now. Let's try, I don't know, we're not try 3. There's 3, and yeah, we have done this one. Horse riding, the Highlands, the bowling club with the bunny. Yes, we've done that one as well. But if you want to see any more, you pop over to whitezulubook.com, not just whitezulubook.com, and the story of a misplaced South African. Absolutely wonderful. Don't forget to subscribe to her YouTube channel as well. 2 people that I found actually quite nice that I'm really, really enjoying back is Morning Shot is back with their videos, and they're actually quite interesting. So I'm actually quite enjoying Morning Shot again. They did disappear off the scene for a while. And of course, if you like good rock music like I do, and you like bagpipes like I do, Celtica Pipes Rock. Love Celtica Pipes Rock. These guys are absolutely awesome. Do pop over to them if you like bagpipes and you like a bit of rock music and you like the 2 mashed together. Celtica Pipes Rock. Go and pop over to them and check out their videos as well while you're about it. Let's take them up there. There we go. Let's take a look. Arbot was saying torn ligaments and muscles in back, and according to the doctor, T12 thing, you might be blown. Kissing gebarst. Jeez, dude, that is not cool at all. I really wish you a speedy recovery. And so we've got Linda. Welcome, Linda. Cameron's also welcoming everybody. What's it? Normally it's Ma. What Debbie says, normally it's Ma, but today it's Pa. Wat lei aan asma? As Ma praat, dan moet jy luister. And Wacha says, yes, chapter 44 of my book is out, 15 years old, and with my first dance. Very nice. There we go. No worries at all. You're more than welcome. Last 2 chapters were great fun to listen to. Loving the shenanigans and trips down memory lane. It is absolutely an awesome time. If I could go down memory lane every time we had a show, it would be great. Cameron says, what? My stream did not start, so I just refreshed. I'm sorry. Don't know why. Am I using the wrong mic again? Let me take a look, see. Yeah, I'm using the wrong mic. Does this sound better? Thanks, Cam. If it wasn't for you, I would go through a freaking show with the wrong blasted mic every time. If I'm not plugging in the headphones, I'm using the webcam mic, and I'm like sitting here just having this like affair with my mic there. Thanks, Cam. Appreciate it very, very much. So, South Africa, you had a public holiday, Human Rights Day. I'm going to have Human Left Day. This is my right. I'm going to have a Human Left Day because my right is, I have no right over here. So I'm going to have a Human Left Day. How was that? So, yeah, thanks, Cam. I appreciate it again. And so you had Human Rights Day, but in between the weekend and Human Rights Day, you had a bunch of little thugs trying to shut you down. The flippin', the effing little Teletubbies. And they didn't get it right. Believe it was an absolute slosh out. So, yeah, I don't know. It sort of like brought me to my thought for today. Apart from the fact that I thought I need to do a Ronaldo and shave my beard as well. But then you see my chubby cheeks. It's bad enough it looks like I kept breakfast in my cheeks for lunch there, but yeah. Nothing left. Yeah, yeah. There's no rights day. There's nothing left. Yeah, so you had a Teletubbies attempted shutdown, and yeah, apparently it was pretty pathetic. There was like no one out. I mean, the DA march is apparently 10 times the size of their little ratification of a shutdown that they were supposed to try, with a couple of stores that were closed due to fear of having a Clicks H&M store uh, rehappening on them again, because we know how they are. But yeah, nothing heavy. So brought me to my chat for today a little bit is, what is your life like? We used to have a pastor in Bikers Church. We used to speak about, lovingly, we used to speak about Harley Davidsons. And we always used to say, big beat, no speed. And that's a Harley Davidson in the box. Big beat, no speed. So what's your life like? Is it like a Harley Davidson, big beat, no speed? Are you like the EFF? Do you like to say what I'm going to do? Tell me what I'm going to do. Shout out what I'm going to do. Work out everything that you're going to do. But when it comes to the action, you have none. I actually want to take a look. I just want to type out my YouTube channel on this side, because I don't see it on that side so well. For the when someone puts my name in it, I don't get it in orange. And then let me just whack the sound off there. White Tulu says it's just fine. Yeah, don't worry about it. Greg Buzzy says, Greg said thank you to. Oh, there we go. Let's catch up on these things over here on the side. I'm once again missing all your thing. Mike's messing up. Buzzy says, Greg said thank you very much for the shout out last week. I think I messed up. I rewatched that, and I was watching, and I kept on saying Greg Mitchell, and I think it was Mitch Lee, if I'm not mistaken, in the end. So yeah, I pause to change the foot in my mouth every now and again. So I do. Yeah, just living up to my name. Thank you. Yeah. Alpha One said, yeah, there's nothing left. Yeah, also nothing right. Yeah, that's true. Teletubbies came left. Yeah, no, they didn't come. Right, what you say is a building block, not stones that hurt. Thanks to Pastor Carl. Yeah, he had an awesome message today again as well. Thanks to the guys that tuned into City Church. I was at one stage wondering if I should leave it off or just carry on with it, but yeah, I definitely think I should. I mean, even if it's for 2 or 3 people, that really, if it means something. Hendo says 20th March was Murd. The EFF Red Teletubbies holiday became an annual hobby. Yeah, I think people just wanted off between what's the name? Human Human Fights Day and the weekend. That's all. But yeah, I must apologize profusely to Greg for keeping on saying Greg Mitchell. It's Mitch Lee. So I do apologize from last week's saying there. But yeah, I actually got to the point where I was looking and I'm thinking, is my life like the EFF? Am I emotionally charged and worked up to get to doing something, and I'm going to do it, and I will shut down this day, and I will get this right, and I will get all of this done, and all that wonderful stuff? And when the rubber meets the tar, it's like a balloon. It just pops with hot air, because all my intentions do not become actions. And I think that's the biggest fault in our lives, because a lot of the times our actions don't become, or our intentions don't become actions. My apologies. My intentions don't become actions because maybe I'm too lazy. Maybe I don't believe in myself enough to do these things. Maybe I don't believe that I deserve it. We often self-sabotage ourselves. It's like what Anthony Robbins said. He said, you know what? You often self-sabotage yourself. Things have got to go wrong. And then they go wrong, and then you're almost unhappy because something is going wrong. And then things go well, but you can't accept the fact that it's going well. So when it gets to like almost like an air conditioner, when the thermostat, my aircon I set to 23, 24, specifically so it's not too cold, so I don't get sick going in and out because it's so damn hot. If you see, I'm like a lady today. I'm glistening or glowing, sorry. Uh, every bloody day, yeah, and it's becoming summer. Ask DVD, we just like melt away. But when it gets a little bit too good in life, that thermostat kicks in to cool it back down again so that it just doesn't get too good for you. And are you actually putting in your own thermostat to make your life whammo go down? There we go. Lack of self motivation, lack of self belief. Are we doing that? Are we absolutely making, what's the word I'm looking for? Hijacking ourselves. So, what's Waitsulu say? Pepe Zeko, I have so many plans and ideas, but it's my body which lets me down. There you've got possibly a physical idea. I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm going to go and get this done. Well, I'm going to go put all this together. I'm going to get this. And then when I look around again, I almost beat myself up for not doing it because I don't believe in the fact that I could do it, or I haven't given myself. I always laugh at people because people are like, "Oh, it's so great! Yeah, you've done so well. You're there, and what?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And then I look at people and I sometimes say, "I wish I had the faith in me that you have in me." And I'd say to you guys as well, I wish I had the faith in myself that you guys out there have, because hell, you get faith that I don't know where it comes from. What does Alison say? What does it feel like things to go well? Forget what that feels like. Yeah, you got to try and take a look at some things do go well, and sometimes it's what you make. You know, it's just what you're going to do. What does it feel like to go well? Cam says problem is looking for work. No one is. You know what? I believe you 100%. South Africa has a phenomenal, terrible rate of unemployment at the moment. I mean, that's why I am where I am. Do you honestly believe for one heartbeat that my heart does not lie in South Africa? And this is what I always tell people. Everyone's like, well, we should get out of the country. And I'm going, you know what? My heart lies in South Africa. It cries for South Africa, because it is a beautiful country with wonderful people and the spaces and places that you get to live. But I could not put my foot there and live a normal life. I do not think that I would get a job there. You've seen what Cam said there as well. Looking for work. And I'm sure it's not from lack of trying, but you've got to keep at it, by the way. I know it took a friend of mine 2 years who left here to go back. He decided, no, it wasn't good enough over here. And I'm like, listen, but you've got to look at the good side here. Ask Hendo as well. If I get a job going back there, it's going to be low pay, terrible hours, probably not the best circumstances, because they can treat you like they want to, because you are desperately clinging to anything that you've got. And it will be living hand to mouth, month to month. I ended up like that. That's why I just like out of there. Dylan says, where we are? Miss Dylan. Dylan says, actions speak louder than words. Boom. Bah. Right there. Actions speak louder than words. We need to make our actions match our words. The EFF has many words, but their actions don't they? My armpit, yeah, I'm flying. I can do the chicken song again. Na 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 na. There we go. Now I'm good. Thank you very much. Like a chicken. What's it? You may encounter many defeats, but you must not allow yourself to be defeated. That is true, and this is what we all tend to sometimes do, is actually down the drain. Yeah. What's it? Alfron says, I'm back. Drain was, oh my goodness me, Alfron. You blocked the drain. That's why we're not allowed to throw toilet paper down the toilet here, because we block the drains. You've got to use the bum gun, bro. No toilet paper. So what's Buzzy say? Buzzy says your words, actions, and deeds need to be aligned. Focus on keeping hope alive and focus on the positive. Yes, I'm also going to say, don't. No, I don't want to say, people say, well, at least aim for the moon and at least you'll hit a star and all that type of stuff. I'm going to be saying to you, if you're not making it, be realistic and aim for something that you can hit. You know what? If you don't know what to do, plan a cup of tea at the moment or something like that. And do it. You know, sometimes I don't know. Let's just see what Dylan says, because we are not going through what you are going through. Yeah, I'm not too sure where that one lands on, but I don't want to say I'm going through bad time. I mean, I'm happy. Look at me. Am I not just the epitome of happiness? But yeah, what's it? Al die kathare, Alfred. Yeah. And Alison says, yeah, if you don't get hijacked, yes, you know that there's a lot that goes on in South Africa, etc., etc. You know, and the one thing I must say is, if I thought I could live a good life, then yeah, what's Alfred say? Gisterandse lasagna. They used to call me Garfield. I like lasagna. You heard what Trevor you called me, Garfield. Yeah, longing is hard, Dylan. It is. Chicken song. How much you been drinking? Hendo, you're just interested in my beers. I've got to have a beer show just for Hendo, if nothing else, one day. Dylan, I don't know what job I'd apply for either. I spent so many years in training and retail that I'd probably have to go back to retail, which is phenomenal hours, very little thanks, and absolute abuse by the public like you've never seen before. Orbot's giving Elfron two big eyes. Step by step, move forward. Don't be stagnant. There we go. Dylan says, good luck, Elfron. So, yes, you know what? I looked at these EFF guys and I thought to myself, how many times do our lives profess so much and deliver so little? And I don't mean in sometimes reaching goals, but just what am I going to do? Sometimes I'm going to sort out my paperwork. You know what? Bam, I end up with this wadded file with everything just put in there. And I know it's not what I want. It's frustrating that I haven't put this together. It's a small thing, but I mean, I can do it. I have been accused, and trust me, I'm not a perfectionist at all. I'm not. So please do not get me there. Retail is like hospitality: long hours, little pay, and great abuse. Yeah, I've been accused sometimes being perfectionist, because when I want to do something or I want to start something, if I can't see the end and it works from year to year perfectly well, I got to do that, and it ends up well over there. I don't want to start it, which then starts an amazing procrastination game, which then starts an amazing resentment with myself, which then puts me into absolute despair because I am too useless to actually get the job done. Whereas I should actually start it and work through it. I hate washing dishes until I start washing dishes and realize it's not really that bad to wash dishes. Don't believe I said that. But yeah, it just happens. Having enthusiasm makes you confident and increases your performance. We all have a test me to life. That's why we get tested. Yep. Sorry to be negative. Unemployment, 65 people murdered daily. Whistleblowers assassinated, stuck here. At least I have my children who bring me joy, and that is about it. Well, that's at least one thing you're looking at that that looks like a little bit of light. It's difficult. You know what? I don't want to, and I agree with you guys. I really do. I just feel that there's enough. You know, the government is up to snotters. It's there's murders in South Africa, the rate of war. There's load shedding that no other country knows of practically. I think India might have a close idea of it or something to that effect. There's arrogance, there is entitlement, there is lack of work at, I think it's close on 40%, if it's not over 40% unemployment at the moment. There's corruption. I just sometimes feel that there's so many channels that actually highlight that and harp on that. I don't want to be the one to actually push it on the echo, because it suddenly puts us all in this absolute state of despair by the time we finished it. When am I taking my next tuk-tuk ride? You know what? I thought I should actually take a ride to school sometime and actually start in the morning and just sort of like video where I get up and catching my trip to school and where I go to school. And I can't really film in school. I'll film a little bit where I can. I got to be cautious because we can't actually publicly put the kids on tape. But I can sort of show you. It's nothing to hit home about or anything like that. But maybe I'll do that little trip. How's it, Nick? How are you keeping? Always good to see you, my friend. That's really, really great. Yes, Mr. Procrastination hates doing dishes. I don't like. Ironing. Dude, and I can do it. I was in the army. I know how to bite the side of a bed, and I know how to use a polish brush and an iron to make that side look like a corner, bro. We need to focus on humility and master what we say. We don't have to captivate our words. I understand. You know what? We're all human, and I like to count myself as human as well. I'd just like to start achieving a little bit more. And sometimes I feel that I'm not getting there. I'm wanting to. I have so much that my intentions are so much, and my actions become far less than my intentions as such. And that's sometimes it's a worry. And I was looking, as I said, at the EFF, and their intentions were great, and then it was just like a flat balloon when it came to it. And I wonder, you know what? Don't I do that sometimes as well? There we go. Some things we cannot change, but we can change our outlook and gratitude. Most definitely, there's so many things we can do. What's Linda say? One has to focus on the small positives. You know what? I'm having a huge fight at school because I want. Trust me, a life in the day of Andre would be interesting. It's not such an interesting life, trust me. I will try. If I can get over Hendo's prophecy of procrastination, I will try. But where was I going now? Smallest positive things. It's difficult, I know, and that's why I say to achieve, I think we need to set our intentions achievable, or make our intentions achievable. I'd like world peace. That's not going to happen too soon. I would like a lot of different things. Not going to happen. There's things that I've got to try and put my mind at, and there's things that I'm totally capable of that I don't feel competent in, which I'm more than competent in. I'm overcompetent in a lot of the stuff that I need to do and need to, when I actually get put under pressure to handle it. But I'm not one that enjoys pressure as such. But it's just a matter of accepting the fact. One thing is, you know what, to actually achieve what you are intending is to first believe what you are intending. And the first belief has got to be in yourself. You don't need to be arrogant to believe in yourself. You just need to go to start actually making peace with the fact that it's okay to say you're good. Most people are so humble, or wanting to be so humble, that you're what's the name? That you forget to say that I can be proud of myself. I know pride is something that made the devil fall, but there's a difference in pride and being proud of what you do. What's White Zulu say? You bit the side of the bed. Yeah, you chew the side of your bed. Those ugly little, what's the name, blankets, those grey, hairy blankets. You chew that side of the bed, and then you take a shoe brush and you take an iron and you put them together so that you can iron a corner onto the side of the bed so the bed is square. Yeah, the good old military days. There's many of you that will know them. Yeah, and comb the blankets. There we go. Thank you very much, Nick. You were there too. I'm blessed with an automatic dishwasher, my partner, and a body that generates heat, so no ironing needed for clothes. That's very, very nice. What's Alfred say? I am mad at you for recommending a man called Otto. Snot. I suppose I felt the same way. Al for one, my sympathies and greatest apologies to you. I mean, you get to Ronaldo's movies, and Ronaldo's like, "Let's go watch Cocaine Bear," and I see it's out, and I wonder if you ever watched Cocaine Bear, and I'm like, "Go watch a man called Otto," and yeah, it's but it just makes the world look a little bit better afterwards, and you. What did I watch today? I saw something on Facebook about these, and I'm not a cartoony person. I really not about the elephant making an ice cream and stuff like that. And what's that? Zootopia. Can you believe I've not watched Zootopia? Sacrilege. But anyway, so today I did my very best to stay awake through Zootopia. Nice. But as I say, I'm sitting there watching, and my wife goes, "It's a comedy. You can laugh." And I'm, yeah. Internally, I was laughing. Yeah. That's why to say that's insane. I recall a soldier telling me behind his bed, and then yeah, you sleep under it. Yeah, of course, you don't sleep in your bed after doing all of that. Next morning, Debbie says, Alfred, that movie came out of the box of tissues. He has made 2 brilliant movies so far that I love, and that is Forrest Gump and A Man Called Otto. And I know it's cheesy, but it's kind of like what your life just needed at the moment. Is just like a little, you know what, there is good. His heart was just too big. Do the work and see how to work cash out. Cocaine Bear was a lovely sleep movie for me. I didn't watch it yet. I just, you know what? One day when I want to watch something brainless, I'll watch it. I loved Zootopia. I loved that sloth. It reminded me so much of the South African government services. Did you watch Cocaine Bear in the end? Did Ronaldo watch it? Because I haven't got to all his shows, but I did watch his beard shaving thing or whatever. So, yeah. Debbie, I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, you guys are golden. I'm telling you, you guys are golden. Yeah, so where was I getting back to? Yes, being the EFF, are you leading your life? Are we pointing fingers at the EFF and leading our life in the same way? They are unrealistic, so their goals are unrealistic. They are professing to do what they can't pull off. The only thing is they're so confident in themselves that they think a failure is a success, and I don't know. Yeah. Cam, go and watch it. Just grab the toilet paper, bro. Yeah, Zootopia is totally cool, Debbie. If you haven't seen it yet, yes, it's good. It's good. And I'm not really an animated movie watcher, but yeah, it's really good. But when you see the guy at the DMV, oh my, it's like, yes, that's what I've got to go through. Loved it, and the ending was great. But yeah, as I was saying, that the EFF just like they make these great statements, and as we said about the Harley Davidson, big beat, no speed. We need to be able to match our beat and our speed, but we need to ensure that we do not self-sabotage ourselves in the fact that we do not believe that we can get it. And I understand that when things are starting to become challenging, that our belief system actually starts challenging itself as well. But start making your achievements a little bit realistic, and actually take a look back, turn around, and look back down your track, and you'll be surprised at how much you've achieved. And then you can say, you get the people that say like, "Wow, you know what, you've done so well," and you're sitting there going, "No, I haven't." And then you turn around and you go, "Maybe not so bad." But you're still beating yourself up for everything else you haven't done. So try and make sure that what you say you're going to do, you do. You know what? If you're going to make a phone call, if you say to your friend, "I'm going to phone you," that's one thing I hate. "I'm just busy. I'll phone you back this afternoon." You can almost count the people on your one hand that you know will actually phone you back. and those that are just not going to bother about it until they phone you the next week, or when you phone them the next week or something. And then nothing's, it's like, what happened to I'll phone you this afternoon? Arbot said, I'm just tired of all the fear mongering from people. You know, I think it was Morning Shot that said it. The biggest push on this whole EFF thing was the media. I think a lot of our minds are not necessarily made up by what happens, but what the media stipulates happens. No one was looking. No, I was looking for the EFF on Slap and EFF Day, and EFF I think knew they were going to get slapped that day. We had a Sauti in the bungalow. His response to cleaning the toilet: splinter wit corporal. Yeah. There we go. Buzzy says, I'm proud of myself. Drove to the government clinic with no shoes. We got there and back safely. Getting there. Well done. Now you see. Believe in yourself. Take a look at what you did. With all your pain and all your anguish, you actually kicked off your shoes and drove down there. But 100% agree. Step right out of that camp, Chang. I haven't seen that, but we don't always get the same stuff SA does. Well, yeah, so I was just running about, as I said, when I was looking at this EFF, and I thought, I really don't want to concentrate on this so much, because we had we've had enough channels. I mean, all the political channels covered the EFF. I mean, by now we know that the EFF took a dive. And I thought to myself, how many of us take a dive? How many of us take a dive? How many of us unnecessarily take a dive? Sometimes due to lack of self-belief, sometimes due to not following through, sometimes due to being lazy. Damn it all, just, you know what? Say it. I'd rather go nap or read a book before I actually put my filing and my lesson plans together. Sometimes we don't follow through because we're so busy looking at what is wrong that it overwhelms us, and then we just don't do it because we're so depressed. We can't do anything. I have a terrible thing that I've got to get out of the house every day, and it's actually a load of nonsense, because I have a lovely house and I have all my computers and everything. My book and everything is here for me to read. The whole toots is all over here. There's no worries at all, but I've got to get out of the house. Otherwise, I just feel like these walls are cramping down on me like you will not believe. It's just a thing. It's a ridiculous thing. And at first we thought, oh, well, it's because you were in a 1-bedroom apartment. Now I'm in a 3-bedroom, double-story little house with a garden that I can go and sit down. I've got to go down to Starbucks or Black Canyon or somewhere to go and have a coffee every day just to get out of the house, because otherwise I think the house is going to eat me up. How's it, Nick? Good to see you all there as well. Sometimes can't be asked. There we go. Always good. Nick, good to have you with us as well. Yeah, so we're just busy taking a look at our little EFF mindsets. If we have a little red overall up there in our head sometimes, I just don't think that they have the thought. I think they're a little bit arrogant compared to our mindsets, where they would declare a loss a win, where we would probably beat ourselves up for a loss. Own up. You don't want to leave the pooches. Play with them whole day. You know what? Those guys can do no wrong. They are my little angel eyes. Those 2 little raisin eyes that stare at me like that. They are absolutely. They are the beginning and the end of my heart. Those 2. They really are. Debbie said that's brilliant. It's called decompressing. It's like taking time out for number 1 and getting out. Yeah, but I also think I can actually just take time out at home. Yes, I need to get out of that rut. It's a bad thing, because I have a lovely house. I've got my computer and everything. I have a little yard in the front. It's not a balcony. It's a little bit of a yard. I must actually show you my place sometime. I think I have. But I can go and sit in the front. It's not a big place, but I can sit outside. We've got air cons in all the rooms because it's so damn hot. It's actually cooler to be inside. It's not a good thing, but sometimes I don't find very much activity. There's pubs and there's pubs and there's pubs, and there's always little pubs and pub and grub places and that. There's stacks of expat pubs and grub places all over the place here. And yes, I do go out to eat, and we're going to have a beer. I actually had a beer with friends on Friday evening, but I'm not one to hang out in pubs all the time. I actually want to do an activity, and there's not much in the form of activity because I'd like to play badminton, but I'd have to go to some club on that side to do badminton. What helps me a lot is going to gym after work because then I sort of like get a lot of the nonsense from work out of me as well. What's Nick say? Cameron said for rugby yesterday, but it's all a game after all, other than going like a Boeing. Here you see out front, I like being at home. That's a good thing. And I like being at home too. Yeah, if I don't go to gym after work, I'm stuffed because then I'm home. I keep on telling my tackies to take themselves for a walk. What's Enda says, still have a good life compared to many other folks struggling today. We forget to keep things in perspective. Yeah, look, I used to work at a IT retail company in South Africa, and one day the lady was buying Christmas time. She had the Xbox and all the games and the controllers and paraphernalia and everything like that. And I said to her, geez, it's amazing how times have changed. Because remember the good times when we played outside, we rode bicycle outside, we went playing in the park, we drove off to our friend's house there, we went swimming by Jimmy's place, we had watched videos at so-and-so's place. We were really just outside and all over the place. Nobody knew where you were until the streetlights came on and you actually came home, because that was your cutoff time. Everyone knows that. And she looked at me and she said, you know what? If only it was like that. She says, I would rather know that my child was home safely playing a computer game right now than have him dare walk out of the yard to a friend's place, because it is that dangerous to do that. And I just stepped back and went, wow, you know what? That's suddenly true. I would rather have my child at home than have him walk around. I have a tiny yard, no money for air-conditioned rooms. Dude, in Cambodia, there is no winter, and we're going into summer now. So summer just kills you. We just melted. You must ask DVD. We just like melting pots over here. We're just like... That's Cameron saying, I'm glad I'm not into rugby. I've had enough. That lets me down. I don't need the sports team to do that as well. Hendo never believes me. Always thinks I'm in the pubs. Now you're stuck in the pub playing chicken song plastic playlists in the local carrier. Ooh, yeah, go to a KTV. Yeah, there's places here called KTV that you actually go to. And they've got rooms with TVs and microphones and that. And you can actually go and you pay, and you can go to a room, or you and your buddies can go there and you can go to a room and you can have a whole night of karaoke. There's actually, they're called KTVs, different KTV buildings. And you go there and you go and KTV away. You go and karaoke away there. Valerie, Andre, and Peppa Peeps. How's it going, Valerie? Nice to see you. I've done day and night shift. Whoa. I've done day and night shift for 2 weeks, so my weekend is sacred time. Love being at home. Well, if you were ever in hospitality or you were ever in retail, day and night, weekends were not sacred whatsoever. I said karaoke sounds like fun when lasted. Yeah, it sounds like fun until you have to listen to me. I mean, it's bad enough you got to listen to me once a week. Now you got to listen to me sing. Islands in the stream, that is what we are. Ek verlang na jou. Let's not carry on with that one. Yeah. The Gambler. What did I always like to sing? Know when to hold them. Know when to fold them. Know when to walk away. know when to run. Yeah, it's shower time. That's the shower time. That's the shower time. The drains can't even take. What's it? Melting potjie kos in Cambodia. Geez, dude, the potjie kos. You can cook on the stones outside. Yeah, it is so flippin' hot. From starting now, April, May, and June is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I was running 3 aircons in the house this morning. I don't know what my electricity bill is going to be, but I'm hoping it's not so bad in the long run. Ryker van die Wynkie. Yeah. I missed. Oh, there we go. Sorry. And Angelie biting nails. Ryker van die Wynkie. I need to translate for smeller of the wind for Angelie, especially just for you. But yeah, where was I going? Oh, before you guys had me off topic again. And I've got 15 minutes left to tell you. Make your intentions actions. And be kind to yourself, kind enough to make your actions attainable attention. Make your intentions attainable actions. That was a big one. So that you can achieve them, so that you can feel good about it. And if you don't achieve it, go for it again. As I said, if I can't see A to Z, I sometimes don't want to. Alpha One is doing a little better for me in translation. Rider of the Wind. And that thing gets stuck in your head, bro? Don't tell me that song doesn't get stuck in your head. I flippin' got told, not Guy Corsten, what's his name? Stuck in my head for a long time with that song before. But yeah, your intentions, make them attainable. And understand that sometimes when you intend to do something, things do go wrong. And this is my difficulty at accepting things. Sometimes starting something takes a little bit longer. I hated cleaning car lights because you've got to take toothpaste and I want to like and it's clean, and it doesn't work like that. You've got to take the toothpaste and you've got to all the way through. Thank you very much, Arbot and Alfred. Bless Bridges. Yeah, bless his soul. He gets stuck in my head all the time as well. What's it? Debbie. I was on Hendo first. I suspect an Andre karaoke live stream coming soon. Maybe we should have a karaoke. But then you guys got to enter. Pooch is howling in the background. No, I've tried. They won't do what Ronaldo's dog does. Although I haven't heard him sing in a long time. My Irish friend asked me what assault and what. Oh, and she meant soap peel. So my Afrikaans not too bad. You know where that comes from? Let me tell you, and it's not the cleanest of things where it comes from. Kerktannie's love body bless Bridges. Yeah, haar address. But let me tell you where it comes from. They call us salties, which is a salty. First of all, let's tell you the clean one. They call you Rooinecker because in the Anglo-Boer War, they wore doublets. We used to wear them in the pipe band as well. We had doublets, but the doublets only had these collars up to here. So with their shorn hair, they used to have their necks burnt and their necks were red. So that's where the Rooinek comes from. But for those of you who don't know where Soti comes from, it comes from the shortening of, as Debbie said, soat peel, but just the other word for peel, because they always said if you were English in South Africa, you stood with your one foot in the UK and you stood with your other foot in South Africa, and it hung in the sea, which made you a soat, peel. And that's where Soti came from. Apparently, that's all I know. If somebody knows a cleaner version, please, because I don't get that one out to lacquer myself. But yeah. So that's where the whole shortening of Soti came from. Soat peel to Soti. But yeah, I don't know if that was worth its salt at all. Salty. Fortunately, my brother was called Soti in the biking fraternity, and I got to be called Pepper. Unfortunately, in the army, we were all Soties. Yeah. Uh, so Watulu says, yeah, that's the true version. And sounds good to me, says Alpha One. Yeah, so that's where Soti comes from. Unfortunately, it's not the dangling over the ocean. Beware the oh, good grief, Hendo would go into detail. But yeah, karaoke. I have not actually been to one of those karaoke's before. I know friends in that, and I suppose I need to actually still get to one. And I think we should maybe videotape it. DVD has a very good video shot of when he was at one last time as well, with him actually singing his heart out. I think that's possibly why I was not there. But anyway, okay. Oh, okay. Apparently, I have some pics of my pups to put in there. But yeah, I'm so sorely trying to just put it onto this side quickly. Mm. Oh my goodness me. Look how happy my puppy is. Then you wonder, then you ask me why I don't have, why I have. That little tongue is too big for that little snout. Look at that happiness and those two little eyes. Who can say no to that? What did Cameron say? A witch's kiss. You know. Then he says UK and Dingalinga in SA and a very good laugh. And yeah, so there we go. Bait material, I suppose. So I don't know. Where's my other one? Oh, she's watching me. She's watching me on TV. See, even my dogs watch. Look at the dogs. They're watching Pepper's Echo. That's in the lounge downstairs. Why are the dogs on the coffee table? Take them off the coffee table. Yes. Anyway, thanks, Angelique. She is so cute, and she can never retract that tongue totally. There's always this little piece of tongue sticking out of her. But those are my heart and my soul, and yeah, that is my little happiness in a basket. And why I actually get to smile every day when I get home from work. She, the same as a man called Otto, has a heart that is too big for her. And when she gets too excited, which is absolutely every single day, her heart pushes on her lungs and she struggles to breathe. So she has this like really raspy sort of like gasping. And we're going to like pick her up and try and calm her down and all that wonderful stuff. A witch's kiss is when you're on the loo and you get a splash. Ooh. Uh, I know. Angela says the TV's too high for the pups. Okay, they can be on the table. But yeah, they're watching me. You see, they even watch me there. They're priceless. They too cute. Look at it. You see the enthusiasm. And when the dog says she's going to do something, she does it. So if you guys don't like me anymore, if your fan base stops, I still have fan base right here. I'll have at least a subscribing bundle of 2. Hendo's giving Angeli the heads the thumbs up there. Yeah, no. So there's much to be good. I mean, there's things that you need to do. We need to feed them. I'm telling you, and that is an intention. Now the intention is to either throw in their pellets and throw it down in front of them, and Mrs.'s ass is too good for the floor. There's a little sort of like doormat or flat little toilet mat. And when you tell her to sit, she runs over to the mat and sits on the mat because her butt is too special to hit the floor. And then you got to give her her food in front of there. But I was getting back to food. You can either just throw in the pellets or you can actually make an effort and actually mix in some meat and stuff and everything for them and make it really nice. And then they actually eat it all. But the intention and the result are usually sometimes 2 different things. Small thing, big difference. For those that give you everything in life. Doesn't matter how bad you are, or how good you are, or how bad or how good your day was, they there for you. And I think my day, I often come away from my day very frustrated when I have intended to do so much. And yeah, my excuse most of the time is because of all the interruptions I get, and then I get called away and I get interrupted with this, and more things happen, and I come back and I look and I go, didn't get done what I wanted to. Then you sort of beat yourself up. And it's important that you don't beat yourself up. You actually take a look at what you did do. Thank you very much, Wacha. I try, but it's you guys that actually makes it a highlight of a stream. You guys actually make this stream absolutely phenomenally excellent. You guys actually, you know what, without you, I'll tell you, you motivate my week something phenomenal, all of you out there. It is really, really so great to just sit and chat with you and then just watch the what's the name? There's Alpha One saying, also mix in some meat with the pellets for my wife. Ah! Ooh. You see, I have my wife on stream. I can't say things like that, Alpha One. Yeah. Otherwise, I'll be lobbing pellets from the spare room bedroom towards my wife's room. But yeah. Yeah, it's just, you know what, today I'd just like to say to you, I'm getting to the end of the stream today, so I'm going to probably just call it around about here as well. But I want to say, you know what? Don't be an EFF. Don't think big thoughts and make great intentions and then blow a fart out. Make something happen. Why do you make it happen? Because you can. Every single one of you are such phenomenal, fantastic people. I mean, I take a look. Fiona, that's why I don't wear a hat when I do this stream, except for the one day, but that was because it was a special hat. But I take it off for you because, I mean, what you get right, I mean, if you take a look and you say, yeah, but I can't do anything much more because of my body. But if you take a look what you do achieve, your YouTube channel with your books and everything to that effect is phenomenal. Just being around you, guys. Cam, I mean, if it wasn't for you, my mics would never be right. Alpha One, we wouldn't smile without you. Debbie and everyone else, your wisdom, the dedication of Hendo's absolute belief that I'm a beer swindler, swindler or not swindler, drinker, I was swazzler or whatever you want to call it, is amazing. But I mean, Buzzy making sure that everything goes out always, it's outstanding. But I need you to believe in yourself this week because you guys make my week, and I need you to make your week. And I need you to believe that your week is going to be attainable and that what you intend doing this week, you will get done this week because you are going to do it because you are you. And you're not going to beat yourself up if you had to change direction to actually get to it. And that is what my one point was. Sometimes I've got to accept the fact that A to Z is not going to happen in a straight line. I've sometimes got to veer off and maybe change things to get to it, to actually get to my intention. But as long as I'm making an action and a positive action of it, don't be an EFF. Be you. Because you guys are far greater, far superior, far more magnificent, absolutely wonderful, out of this park, smacked home run. Beautiful, wonderful people out there. Believe in yourself, take care of yourself, be good, and if you can't be good, remember to be kind. Cheers, cheers.